Hello everyone, I am Mary Rose Bibindonilio, a student of Negros Oriental State University, Shaton Campus, taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. So now we proceed our discussion under Unit 1, Learner-Centered Teaching Foundations and Characteristics, which is the dimensions of learner-centered teaching. The first and second dimensions of learner-centered teaching will be discussing to my groupmates, which are the function of content and the role of instructor. So let's proceed the third, fourth, and fifth dimensions, which are the responsibility for learning, the purposes and processes of assessment, and the balance of power. Objectives. At the end of the discussion, the students should be able to explain the dimensions of learner-centered teaching, develop an understanding of the dimensions of learner-centered teaching and how they can be used to create effective learning environments, demonstrate an enthusiasm using the dimensions of learner-centered teaching to support the learning goals each students. The responsibility for learning. The definition of this dimension is students should assume greater responsibility for their own learning over time. This means setting their own learning goals and creating strategies to achieve them. It also involves taking initiative to seek out resources to help them understand the material and to ask their teachers for help if needed. Ultimately, taking responsibility for their own learning allows students to become more self-directed and independent, which can lead to better academic achievement in the long run. The essential component of this dimension is that responsibility for learning should rest with the students. Then, the teacher-centered approach is that teachers assumes all responsibility for students' learning or provides content to memorize, does not require students to create their own meaning of content, tells students exactly what be all on examination. Then, the learner-centered approach of this dimension is that teacher provides increasing opportunities for students to assume responsibility for learning, leading to achievement of stated learning objectives. Then, the fourth dimension of learner-centered teaching is the purposes and processes of assessment. The definition of this dimension is that there are additional purposes and processes of assessment beyond assigning grades, providing credible feedback to learners. Then, an essential component of this dimension is formative assessment or giving feedback to foster improvement. Then, the teacher-centered approach of this dimension is teacher uses only summative assessment or to make decision to assign grades, provides students with no constructive feedback. Then, the learner-centered approach of this dimension is consistently throughout the learning process teacher integrates formative assessment and constructive feedback. And the last one of the dimension of learner-centered teaching is the balance of power. The definition of this dimension is the balance of power shifts to the teacher shares some decision about the course with the students. Then an essential component of this dimension is flexibility of course policies, assessment methods, learning methods, and deadlines. Then the teacher-centered approach of this dimension is teacher mandates all policies and deadlines or teachers does not adhere to policies. Then the learner-centered approach of this dimension is teacher is flexible on most courses policies, assessment methods, learning methods, deadlines, and teachers always adheres to what teacher has agreed to with the students. That's the end of my discussion. Good day everyone, and thank you for watching and listening.